Hello and welcome everybody to part 30 of the Napoleon Total War Dutch Darthmod Let's Play. Continue in the end turn phases since part 29, and I should say that if I do get into a battle this turn, or just in general, I have upped the in-game music a little bit and in-game effects. I know I'm constantly kind of tweaking this, but I was noticing in the last few parts it has been rather low, to a point where you can kind of barely hear it. So hopefully that's a bit more balanced. If I don't get into battle this time, then probably won't make much difference, but I thought I'd let you guys know. I should also say, probably a lot of you wondering where I've been this weekend, and I've just been very busy with doing university work, essays, so I really haven't had much time to get any extra recording done. I know I wanted to do a few more parts of the Lorien campaign, but I haven't got around to it. But seeing as I'd already done one of those parts, I decided to just continue with the Dutch Let's Play for now. There will be more Elves of Lorien up on Wednesday at some point. I'm going to get more of that done, and then hopefully around about Wednesday as well, some more of the Briton Let's Play, and then rounding off the week on Thursday with some more Nagaoka and Elves. If I get a chance, there'll be more Dutch on Friday, but I'm actually going home for the weekend, so I won't be doing any videos this coming weekend either, because I'll be at home. I will have my laptop, but I have work to do again, and seeing family and my girlfriend, so not much time really to do some recording this weekend, but I will obviously catch up in the week. So, city besieged, Berlin. This is nice. We've got these forces here. Fun times. Trade route raided. The French here. Okay, still getting a fair bit of income. So I just had a massive sneezing fit. Oh, the fun. I could have sworn I moved these guys around to the bridge. Ah, they've decamped here, so but I will hold the bridge against them. Hopefully that'll work. Berlin, reinforcements, Sweden, awesome. That's what I want to see. Get all the troops out besides the militia. Militia inside. Ah, you're still unhappy, but I'm going to recruit 2 more units of militia. Actually, no, I'm going to recruit. Well, I can recruit more. I didn't realise I recruit this many. Just lots of militia. I'm going to recruit 4, and that should be enough to stabilise the region, which means that this army I'm going to move right now. Actually, they really could do with. What does this army need? I think it needs some more cavalry, really, doesn't it? Yes. It could do with 2 units of dragoons, so we'll let them build. So we'll keep them in there for now, bar. Well, we'll put them all in. Might as well for now. That was incredibly pointless. We'll leave them there. We'll actually earn some money from Sweden as well. And then next turn I'll move out of my army. So that means I need my navy up here. I'm hoping the Russians won't attack me in that turn. But actually, how far can my men move in one turn from here? They can pretty much move all the way down here. Oh, but I'm bringing up more militia here anyway. But actually, I'm going to continue to bring them up because this will most likely allow me to leave the taxes set off as well. But as much as I'd love to bring my troops all the way down here, I think I'm going to have to bring my navy up to here. And then it's just choosing where to land them, really. I mean, my troops could probably do with some help here, so I probably will land them at take Stettin even, and then move down, take Dresden, Saxony. I want to take as many of these regions as I can. Let's repair that. And Piedmont. Over the Papal States, how are we doing here? Okay, they need some. Well, they need some more troops in their army, really. They need some cannon. It seems we don't have any of them. Our Grenadier is actually a little bit more effective. Melee attack as well. Not too much more than these guys, but what are these? Oh, these are 6th Grenadiers Battalion. Actually, they're kind of a special elite unit. So I'll just go for them. Can't really afford much more, and then I'll build some militia, some militia to leave behind, because hopefully I can bring this army up. We'll look to take Milan soon with this army from Piedmont when it's replenished. Holding this border with... so ideally I don't want to confront these guys here. I want to hold them off as long as possible. And, oh, I should just take a look at the Russians, really, shouldn't I? I can gain peace. I mean, I could offer them a territory, really, but it's deciding which territory to give them, because at the moment there's nothing that I really do want to give to them. I could give them Sicily, I suppose. Okay, I'll try giving them Sicily. That's unacceptable, apparently. I'll give them lots of money next turn if I've got some. Or I'll try and offer them. But, I mean, you know, Sicily. Woo! But anyway, let's take a look at these armies here. We've got this army meddling around here. Can't build any more troops this turn, so they're going to have to hold up here. And these guys, where am I building this extra unit for? Am I building it for here? Yes, I am. So this is now a full stack army. Need to replenish, and then we're going to go for Kliesmark, and then I can move for Kessel. This army here, I'll let it wander around a little bit more before I get pissed off with it attacking me. I need to replenish, rebuild my farms here. My fleet's been pushed out here, so I'm going to send it into Le Havre. And we will see how that goes. And now go for an end turn phase. French Empire moving and deploying, and they're facing attrition. That's Napoleon actually down there looking to attack me in Piedmont. Oh dear, and they're attacking my fleets down here with theirs. I'm going to have to retreat. This is where they start crippling my economy properly. Oh no, they're going to attack my fleet. Damn. I'm going to have to auto-resolve. And they destroy every single one of my ships. Great, I'm going to lose a lot of money from that. Okay, and we're back. I had a crash there with the French going to attack my trade fleet. So I actually tried a few times, and it seems to crash every single time there. So I've had to move the trade fleet away, because obviously I don't want that crash to happen. Not letting this campaign end with crashes. I've had enough of campaigns ending like that. Oh, hello. One army on your own. Challenge accepted, my good man. 4,000 versus 5,000. We will see who will be victorious here. But yeah, I had to move the trade fleet. It was on spices. I moved it further east. There was another spices trade fleet there, so I'm getting the same amount of income. I'm not doing that to cheat. I'm doing that to negate a crash, because it just seems on that area, on that tile, on that spot, it wants to just crash, so I can't really help that. So I know you guys would much rather me continue the campaign than stop. I'm trying out some my local sort of student shops energy drink, and actually it's not as bad as some energy drinks. I can almost like to think of myself as a connoisseur of energy drinks. Over the years at uni, I have required the late night juice, as I call it, the energy drink to get you through that long essay that you've left to do too late, or you know you still need to do. So I'm trying out this one. It seems quite nice. Anyway, enough product placement that I'm definitely not getting paid for. There's a bridge over here on one end of the map, and at the other end we have this ford. So to stop the enemy coming across at both, I'm going to deploy my cannons. But because I assume the majority of the enemy will come for this bridge, this is where I'm going to put the majority of my forces. Now, first of all, I'm going to group my men into two groups. One, a much larger group than normal, which will be this group, which will deploy like so, and then this secondary group, which will guard the ford over to the east, and that's going to hold here, but I'm going to deploy them obviously a bit more tactically than that. we're going to have them 2 units like so, up to the cannon, and 2 units like so, and then this one in reserve, way back here, just out of firing range, and we'll bring that in when we need it. And these guys are going to be on round shot, and they'll defend from here. In fact, these guys deploy a bit more like that. Stop any cavalry and what have you charges. I'm going to be doing the same here with the majority of my forces as well. Far more steeper sort of V shape, just to channel the enemy towards my cannons, and then these guys are going to be brought back out of the firing range here, so that when they do break those lines, they'll just be hit by a hail of gunfire from here. My general will be deployed back behind them, and my cavalry I'm going to deploy. I'm going to deploy them over on my left behind these guys here, bar this one regiment of light dragoons, which will support my troops here. I better group my cannons just for sake of it, and then we are good to go. So I can see the majority of the enemy, well actually they've deployed quite equally with sort of 2 facings. I'm going to get both of my cannons to barrage fire the enemy. They have a horrific amount of artillery, so I'm just going to see where the enemy deploy, and if I need to I will shift my reserve troops over to one side or another, but obviously the enemy is attacking me, so they will have to come to me at the ford. So as we can see them deploying like so, the general staff and my own artillery landing in and amongst the enemy artillery, which is good, but it's mainly deployed on the bridge to do maximum damage when they actually decide to come for me. So I'm going to fast forward it while they just deploy and sort themselves out, and just see which side they go for. The ford, which would be easier to technically cross, or the bridge, which is a funnel of death if they can get on it. Now of course my men are being bombarded here quite heavily because they're quite extensively grouped up, but for now that's how I want to leave them, and I just want to see how the enemy reacts to that. I'm not losing too many men. If I start losing too many I'll pull them back a little bit until I'll deploy. For now I think actually I will do I will leave them there for now. They can take the hits. So the entirety of their army seems to be shifting over to this left flank, and they're just forming up a line, but they don't want to seem to come and get me. But I mean, I'm not going to rush over to them to attack them. I know they've got cannons, I know they're hitting me, but they have a lot of elite troops, and I really do not want to go anywhere near it. It seems now that they might be starting to move towards the bridge. These troops over here, they're shifting over. So what I'm actually going to do is first of all limber up these cannon, and then I'm going to bring this cannon over to over this other side of the ford once they're limbered up, and then I'm going to make an expeditionary force incredibly laggy one. There we go, hit play. Let's do it singly like so. Then make sort of an expeditionary force with these guys to pull across and start pushing up on the flank of the enemy as well, and putting pressure there. And we'll bring the cavalry across, in fact, as well to here. And then this one unit is going to defend the ford here. So already, no, these units aren't redeploying. Oh, hello, we've got units coming across. Did not see you there. So they're deploying like so, which means that I really need to deploy these guys into squares. They're going to be overlapping squares, but they should do the job. My canister shots are about to fire, which should really pepper the cuirassiers. And now that we've got the squares firing as well, hopefully they'll bring them down. Just caught between the smoke. They can't really see where they're going. They come out of the smoke and see the squares. Hopefully they're going to hit my cannon, but they're already broken. they have made my cannons break, so I can't move them from this point now. But if I re-engage my, my troops here to get back onto their cannons, which is what they should be doing, then we are all good. And I'll pull my cavalry back, because now is not the time for them to be running off to their deaths. And I want my artillery corps to regain control of their cannon. So they can use canister shot on the enemy that's now going to be approaching them. So over on this flank, as you can see, we've got some horse artillery getting ready here, and we've got a lot of the chasseurs de cheval marshalling themselves. And I've got to watch out for my cavalry, which are being targeted by the enemy cannon, which I'm going to bring up to here. And I'm now going to unlimber this unit here and push forward with my kind of expeditionary force to this point here. Try and give support. I'm defending the ford here, so they won't be able to get past me. I'm defending the ford here. Oh, and they're coming back with more cavalry. So we're going to get 2 units this time into square, the rest of them just firing normally. Instant canister shot hit, really does a lot of damage. The squares finishing off the enemy, but we now have a lot of the line infantry mustering themselves, and I'm going to put these guys straight out of square again. And I'm just going to be ready for when these guys swarm across the bridgehead. I'm going to try and flank these guys, charge against their cavalry, push up with my line infantry even further. And if I can get these troops across, then I can flank the enemy and hit them in the rear. These guys are already breaking, so I'm going to pull them back. Charging the flanks with this unit. To run. Hit them in the rear. Should be able to do plenty of damage. They've stopped, so they'll take the impact of my charge. Plus they're facing some shot from my units, which I'm going to form square here. And I'm going to pull my cavalry around here over the square. And we should now have the first of the line infantry regiments coming towards me. And now, should those lines break, I need to have some defensive lines ready to take the enemy. So I'm forming up kind of a secondary line of defense, which I will not activate their fire at will until the enemy come break these units here. Guard de Paris is the first one. Hopefully my cannon shot will rip through them. I'm going to push forward with my general and just come back over here.
Our men are running, sir.
I don't know why these guys have broken. Oh, we've been charged by cavalry. That's why. That would be why. Charged by cavalry, didn't even see them. But these cannons have been left completely undefended, besides some cavalry, so I'm going to push up with my line infantry. Sacrifices may need to be taken to defeat them, but we'll do our best to bring them down. Back to the bridge, and let's see what's happening with the Guard of Paris. They seem to have pulled back. I don't know where they've gone. Fusiliers of the line are now the next target. We've defeated their cavalry here. So we can now push out of the squares. And reform on this hill, which I've not selected the necessary. Oh, these guys aren't coming out of square, that's why. These guys are marching up to the top of the hill. I don't want to charge in with this unit actually. Stop please. So we've got the next unit that's coming across the bridge. Old Guard, so we really need to cripple these guys. We're just going to go straight for their cavalry over here. My infantry is pushing up anyway, and the rest of my infantry are now to push up on this flank here. So let's have a look at the Old Guard as they come out. That's usually the line, Old Guard behind them, I believe. They are just piling across all their men. All the men they can muster. Trying to hit them with cannon shot. Much damage as possible. They are going to directly probably charge my men, and I need to keep them in the melee as much as possible. So I'm just going to charge in with my cavalry as well. One, to try and save these cannon, and also to just disrupt the enemy and cause a rout. And I'm going to inspire them with my general here. Back over to this flank, engaging the enemy cavalry. With my men, trying to get them clear so I can form square with them, a defensive square. They've pushed back one of my units, which is obviously not good. We should be able to defeat this cavalry unit now, even though they've got really good morale. And we'll finish off the rest of them here. So let's go back to the main surge of forces in the middle here. Pull them out.
Our men are running, sir.
And my men are starting to break. So I'm just going to get them all to charge in. All the infantry to just... No, not you guys, cavalry. Get the hell out. Just all these units to charge. But they've broken through that first rank, so I now need to start telling these guys to fire. And cavalry, you really need to get the hell out of there. So we're just charging in here, finish off the enemy. We've beaten back their cavalry. And now that my cavalry is free, not only am I going to take out these cannons, but I'm going to charge into the flanks of the enemy French here. And we are actually starting to rout some of their units. We've had to pull back a fair bit, and they're through to my secondary ranks are holding them and trying to fire on them. Trying to hold them. I'm going to go with another cavalry charge into the centre here, where I'm weakening.
Our men are running, sir.
But now with my infantry, I'm going to push along here with all of my men as I can. My cavalry is going in, taking out their artillery. Bring up this infantry here. And we will try and charge and break them here. They've broken the first ranks. My cavalry and my infantry will now have to try and hold. I don't know what sort of formation these guys are doing here. Pulling back with my general after I rally and inspire these guys. We'll try and take out their general and just bring the enemy down, wear them down. If any of these regiments come back, then that's good. Just try and hold them here. And now with my cavalry, we're going to charge this unit. Fusiliers of foot. Going to try and bring the enemy down. The enemy's formed square here. My cavalry getting stuck in against the line infantry. I need to pull them out before I lose everything. We've broken this unit here. Fusiliers of the line have been broken. They've been pushed back. Should be able to defeat this unit. Or it is Old Guard though, so maybe not. We will have to see. These guys all marshalling up. My cavalry here getting ready to charge these guys. Fusiliers of the line. They haven't been able to form a square. Pushing up with all these guys now. I'm just going to get right stuck in. And we're doing a lot of damage to the French forces. Keep the cavalry at it.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Nah, he's fine. And they've now charged this flank here, doing a lot of damage. So I'm going to bring in my cavalry once again for another timed strike. We're holding them on this flank here. The Old Guard obviously fighting to the very end, doing as much as they can to try and defeat me there. Pull out with my cavalry and recharge. Let my men have a chance to fire as well. And I'm now going to bring this unit just in case everything should go pear-shaped on this side as reinforcements. My cavalry charges in, trying to free up this unit here, desperately fighting for their lives. This regiment's come back at perfect timing. I can now flank them here. Perfect time for that regiment to come back. And we are holding up the bridge. We've beaten back these guys. My cavalry that is routing here can chase it off. And in fact, we can now just, with one regiment, form up here at the bridge. And another one at the side. In fact, completely swarm around the bridge. And then with this remaining unit, I want to bring them across the bridge themselves to act as reinforcements, but we are breaking a lot of the French here. There's a few of them left. I'm going to bring my general forward to a bit more support, but we are beating them back. We've beaten the old guard even that have stayed here. We're trying to beat the Braves regiment and the general staff. If we can beat these guys and then recuperate at Barcelona, we will have won a smashing victory. And my advisor proclaims a glorious victory, which is always very good to hear. And we're going to target the enemy general now with my cavalry that remains. Heavy losses, I know, but I'm up against an elite French army. They have elite units, whereas I just have my standard line infantry, and my men are holding against them. My men are holding against these fusiliers of the line, Polish Legion, which they statistically should be far better than my men. And we are beating them back. My men have just broken here, but they've fought long and hard and done bloody well. My reinforcement regiments just come across. My guys across the bridge. Hopefully form up and take out the enemy general. I'm bringing my cavalry down as well to try and bring them down, because I want to kill their general if I'm going to take this battle. Final line here, the Brave. They are really holding. Their morale is really high. Charging their general now, and to get out, he's going to have to face all of those line of units. He will not escape. Already broken. He probably might escape off to the right, in fact. But if he does, try and bring him down with a square. But I'm going to continue this battle and just try and kill off as many of the French as possible, just in this small area here. And mainly their general, just to try and kill him off. I'll see if my general can chase him down. 6 of them left. 5. Looks like I might be able to chase him down. I mean, the rest of the French units are all scattered across the place. I won't bother charging them. It's just trying to bring as many of these guys down as possible. My men have succeeded in bringing down this large French army. I mean, numerically we had superiority. There we go. That's what I wanted to kill. And now I can quite happily quit the battle there. Close victory. Was close at points, definitely, to try and defeat them. So, there you go. You can see the enemy lost 3,600, I lost 2,400. They lost sort of 3/4 of their men, I lost. Actually, all bar 500, so they lost a lot more than that. I mean, I lost about half of my men. But I've kept pretty much all the regiments intact, so it means they can be replenished. They're pulling back to Bordeaux, but it will never be the same full stack army that it started with. But however, there is another one lurking around somewhere. So I need to pull back for now and replenish. And I'm being attacked at Berlin. They're going to try and take this back. This is a key threshold for them. Both of us facing reinforcements. Hopefully I'll be able to win it, but you're going to have to wait for part 31 to see this battle. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, subscribe, check out my other Let's Plays, thumb up this video if you enjoyed it, and there'll be some Elves of Lorien and Briton campaign tomorrow. As always, hope you enjoyed. See you guys again soon. Oh, and I should say, those of you that have been messaging me over the weekend, if I haven't replied to your comments, then just send me a PM if you need a question answered, because I haven't been able to keep up with all the comments that have come in over the weekend. So if there's something you desperately need to know, then just PM me. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao for now.